This is the first video in the 15-minute abs series. So I'm going to record a series of videos that last less than 15 minutes and they're all working on your core. You won't need any equipment apart from a mat, or if you're on a carpet at home, that's fine. Just somewhere that you can lay down comfortably on and save your back a little bit. So for today's workout, I'm going to give you 8 exercises. Each exercise we're going to do for 20 seconds and rest for 10 seconds in between. And we're going to repeat the 8 exercises 3 times. After each set of 8, we're going to rest for a minute before we start again. So we get a little bit of rest at the end of each session, each set. So for your first exercise, we're going to do a dead bug leg with a little pulse. So that was your first exercise. I'll show you the next exercise in the rest period after your first exercise. So if we get into position here, we've got 5 seconds before we hear the buzzer. So one leg out, little pulse, and then bring it back in again. So try and pull those belly buttons in. So we're keeping the back nice and flat on the floor. Okay, you're going to rest there. The next exercise is coming into a high plank, and then we're going to bring the knee round to the elbow. Okay, we can drop it down onto the knees if we need to, and just bring the knee round the outside there. Hello. Go on, off you go, off you go, off you go. 3, 2, 1. Double dead bug. So back into that dead bug position. This time, both hands, both legs away. Off you go. So again, really think about pulling those belly buttons down into the ground. Try and exhale as we extend. Inhale as we come back together. Okay, hands to the floor, both feet up. We're going to lower the legs down, bring the knees in, and take the feet back up. So with this movement, we're going to lower the legs until we feel that we lose control and we're being pulled up. So we're going to lower with control, knees in and feet up. So straight legs, arms up, from there up into a seated position. If going all the way up is tricky, we can do a crunch instead. You can kind of use the hands as a counterbalance. Similar exercise next time. We're going to bring one knee up and bring the upper body and alternate the knees there. So again, if it's tricky coming all the way up, just squeeze the opposite knee to your elbow. 3, 2, 1. Brush and twist. So up onto your bottom, leaning back a touch, and then rotating round for that twist there. So the further back you lean with these, the more you'll feel it in your abs. And if you pick your feet up off the floor, it will also make it slightly tougher. So Russian twist there for another 5 seconds. Plank shoulder tap is the last exercise. So from a high plank and bringing your hands into a shoulder tap. Again, we can drop the knees down on these if we need to make it slightly less intense, but try and keep that back nice and flat. We want the weight forwards over the hands, not backwards over the knees. So you try and keep your hips down and the weight forwards into your hands. Okay, that was our 8 exercises. So we've got 10 seconds here. The buzzer's going to ping again. And then we've got 50 seconds recovery. So grab a drink if you need to, catch your breath, and then we're going to go through and do the same exercises again. If you need a little bit longer, we can always pause the video here, grab a drink, grab a towel, catch your breath for a little bit longer before we go again. Also, if you need a bit longer in between the exercises, feel free to pause the 10 seconds timer, pause the video so that you can have a little bit longer. So I'm going to get back into position with that dead bug with the leg. So keeping arms pushed up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take one leg out and then pulse it up and in. Try and pull those belly buttons in. Keep those backs nice and flat on the floor. Knee to elbow plank. So into your high plank. If you need to drop your knees down for this, you can. Knees round the outside to your elbows. Try and drive those knees forwards if we can. Keep your bums down. Don't want to be up here. And if we need to drop the knees down, we can. Back onto your backs. Double dead bugs. So from there, you can keep those belly buttons pulled in, out and in. Yeah, we're going to try and exhale and inhale. So exhale as we push away, inhale as we bring the knees and hands back together. Difficult to do that and speak at the same time. From this position, hands down onto the floor, both feet up, leg lower with both legs, and so down, in and up. We can also make this slightly easier by going down with one leg and the other leg. Legs straight for those sit-ups. Hands up. Going to come all the way up and back down. With a straight leg sit-up, I have heard it be called a mummy sit-up too. I think mummies go or zombie sit-up or something like that. Okay. Legs straight. We're going to bring the knee to the elbow as we sit up. So up. Oh, this is tough, this one. Again, if we need to just squeeze the knee to the elbow, that's absolutely fine. Russian twist. So pick a level of these that suit you. Feet on the floor is slightly easier, feet off the floor is slightly harder. Also, the further you lean back, the harder it will be in your abs. So if you want to make it a little bit harder, take your feet up and try and keep the knees still as we do these. So we're rotating through the upper body rather than the knees swinging around from side to side. Last one is your plank shoulder taps. And then we get a minute's rest before we go again for the last round. So try and keep those bums down, shoulders forwards over your hands. Keep your upper body as still as possible. We don't want to be rocking from side to side as we change the weight. That should be burning now. So the buzzer is going to ping after 10 seconds. And then we've got another 50 seconds before we go again. Again, after the first round, I suggested if you needed a little bit longer, you could pause the video. Please feel free to do so. Okay, so catch the breath here. Grab a drink if you need to. And go for one more round from the top. So let's get into that dead bug position. One leg to start with a little pulse. So belly buttons in, push your back into the ground, nice long arms. So we've got tension through the upper body. Try and exhale as you push your leg away. Inhale as you bring the leg back in. It's hard to do whilst I'm talking. Knee to elbow plank. And the outside. Again, we need to drop the knees down. You can do it from there. It's also slightly easier if you have your hands on something. So if you have a step or the sofa, you can always lift your hands up. Makes it slightly easier there. Double dead bug. Hands and legs away, both at the same time. Now, if we needed to modify this slightly, we could keep the knees a little bit closer and not move the arms. Or do the arms there with the legs. Pushing to the ceiling makes it easier. Pushing to the floor makes it slightly harder. Leg lowers. Nice big circles with those feet. So, lowering the legs, knees in and up. So control the movement. If you feel like you're being pulled off of the floor as you lower your legs, decrease the range of movement slightly. Again, we can do that with one leg at a time if we need to. Mummies, those straight leg sit-ups. Mummy sit-ups. Zombie ones, whatever you want to call them. The runner sit-ups. So bringing one knee to your elbow. These are hard, these ones. They're tough, those ones. Russian twists. Oh, Michael's coming to make sure I'm okay. Nearly done. Russian twists there. Hello. Go on. Find out. The feet off makes it a little bit harder. Try and keep your knees still. And plank shoulder taps is the last one. Upper body nice and still. Oh, rest there. We're all done for today. So that was it for today's 15-minute abs. Hope you've enjoyed that and look forward to seeing you in the next one.